Salutations, my name is Summer and this is Sterling Reads, and I want to talk about some classics that I want to read before the end of the year. Hopefully, they might fall into next year, but I'd like to get to all of them. So I was inspired to do this by three people so far that I know of. I love watching people's favorite lists or books they're planning to read or excited to read or, you know, anyway, so let's see. We had AJ Dunn Reads and Writes, and with a book, and they both did 20 books, 20 classics that they would like to read. AJ was more like into next year, this year into next year, and Anne, she made her video about a month ago, and she was going to read 20 classics by the end of the month, or by the end of the year. And then we have Micah Cummins, who he made a video about 4 classics he'd like to read by the end of the year and 4 nonfiction books he'd like to read by the end of the year. So I will link all of those people down below. I have 7 books here that I would like to read by the end of the year. If not, they'll fall into, next year. You guys all know how it works. But I'm excited about these books and really looking forward to them. So next month we have Shakespeare. I'm not sure if I said it right. They might have changed the name. I'm not for sure. But a couple years ago, Deanna over at Pato the Reader, she gifted me this No Fear Shakespeare, King Lear. And Jordan Parsons, he just mentioned King Lear in one of his videos. And, Jeremy Fee, he just talked about King Lear because he was talking about Stephen King's The Dark Tower series. I have never read any Shakespeare. I've read about Shakespeare. I watched the movie Anonymous, which was did Shakespeare really read it, which I find fascinating. But I've always been intimidated, and I've never read them. So hopefully next month I can remedy that with you guys. Okay, so another book that I want to read soon is Resurrection by Leo Tolstoy. One of my all-time favorite books is War and Peace. Ever since I finished reading it last year, I have wanted to reread it. I want to be back in that world, but I have not made time to do it. And so I'm such a mood reader. One of these months it's just going to get picked up because I want to experience it again. But until then, I'm hoping to read Resurrection. I don't really know what this is about, but it's Tolstoy. And I have read Anna Karenina by him. So I'm looking forward to another novel. For Victober, I'm hoping to read the Cranford Chronicles by Elizabeth Gaskell. I have read North and South and Wives and Daughters. I think I read something else by her. I don't remember, but I'm really wanting to get to Cranford. I did watch this miniseries on BBC. I think it was BBC or Acorn or one of those, and I really enjoyed it, but it's been years ago. Also, I'm a Hardy fan. I've read Return of the Native, Tess of the Dubervilles, Under the Greenwood Tree, my favorite, Far from the Madding Crowd. So yeah, I'm wanting to read Jude the Obscure and see how I like it. I've heard mixed thoughts on this book with people liking it or not liking it. So, and look at this beautiful red spine vintage classic that I have. This one was too, the Gaskell. And another one. This is On Human Bondage by William Somerset Maugham. I love The Painted Veil by him, but I have not read anything else by him. I have another book. It's a real tiny book, something like Tea and Cakes or something like that by him. But yeah, I'm hoping to get to my second book. My problem is if there's an author that I love, a book that I love by an author, I'm afraid to read more because I've been, like with John Steinbeck, The Grapes of Wrath is an all-time favorite also, and I read East of Eden and I enjoyed it. I read Tortilla Flat and I didn't really care for it. I read The Pearl and it was okay. So I get nervous. And I've been nervous to read Of Mice and Men because of the subject matter. I've heard little things. It's like, ooh, that'll be a tough read. But The Grapes of Wrath, I think it's absolutely beautiful. So hopefully I'll love it as much as I love The Painted Veil by him. All right. So in December, I'm hoping to read a Dickens. I don't know if there's like a Dickens in December or something. I'm not for sure. I don't know. For some reason, it sounds familiar. Anyway, I'm hoping to buddy read this with Mark if he has the time. Our Mutual Friend by Charles Dickens. And I have read A Tale of Two Cities, Little Dorrit, Oliver Twist. Is there another Dickens? I have not read Great Expectations. I have not read David Copperfield. So I'm not for sure, but I want to read Our Mutual Friend. And the last classic that I would like to mention that I would like to read this year, there is a read-along in December, and that is The Brothers Karamazov by Dostoevsky. I have not read anything by him, and that needs to change. Because I own The Idiot, I own Crime and Punishment, I own, I think, some short stories by him. So yeah, I own all these books by him and I haven't read them. What's wrong with me? But there is a read-along. I'm not giving you the details because I'm not for sure who's hosting, or I just know it's in December, unless I'm wrong about that. When I do find out who's hosting it, I will let you guys know. Let me know if you have any thoughts about any of these classics. Are there any classics this year that you are excited about? I'd love to hear it. So anyway, I hope that you guys are having a wonderful August. We don't have much more of it left. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye.